the sacred, whispered secrets of an NHL contract, the power a player wields to dictate his own destiny. What happens when that carefully guarded information is suddenly thrust into the harsh light of public scrutiny, fundamentally altering the trade landscape and igniting a firestorm of speculation? Has the impenetrable veil of secrecy, a silent agreement among NHL insiders, finally been pierced? In the high-stakes, high-pressure world of professional hockey, where every roster move, every whispered rumor can send shockwaves through a franchise and its fervent fan base, few things are as tightly guarded as a player's no-trade list. It's a sacred pact, a silent understanding that dictates the very flow of talent across the league. But what if, just what if, a crucial piece of that puzzle, a revelation that could fundamentally alter the trajectory of a struggling team, has just been laid bare for all to see? Today, we pull back the curtain on a story that could redefine the Vancouver Canucks season. A story centered around a fiery two-way center, a desperate need for an upgrade, and a bombshell insider report that has the hockey world buzzing with a mix of intrigue and palpable excitement. The Vancouver Canucks, a team that began this season with a renewed sense of optimism and a roster brimming with potential, have found themselves in an unenviable position. The unforgiving grind of an NHL season, a relentless gauntlet of physical and mental challenges, has dealt them a cruel hand. A severe, almost unprecedented dose of injuries down the middle. Their center depth, once a point of quiet confidence, has been severely depleted, leaving gaping holes in their lineup and forcing head coach Adam Foote to scramble for solutions. This isn't just about losing a player. It's about losing the very spine of the team, the architects of offensive drives, the anchors of defensive responsibility. The ripple effect is profound, impacting everything from power play efficiency to face-off wins, from defensive zone breakouts to sustained offensive pressure. The situation has become dire, a glaring weakness that threatens to derail their aspirations and leave their passionate fan base yearning for answers. In the face of this crisis, the rumor mill, that ever-churning engine of speculation and hope, has naturally kicked into overdrive. And one name, above all others, has consistently emerged as the prime target, the potential savior, the missing piece that could stabilize the Canucks' shaky foundation. Nazem Kadri, the veteran center currently plying his trade for the Calgary Flames. Kadri isn't just a name, he's a force of nature. A Stanley Cup champion with the Colorado Avalanche, he brings a unique blend of skill, grit, and an undeniable edge that can transform a lineup. He's a proven performer in clutch moments, a player who thrives under pressure, and precisely the kind of battle-tested veteran the Canucks desperately need to inject into their top six forward group. But here's where the plot thickens, where the intrigue reaches a fever pitch. For weeks, the question of Kadri's availability, and more importantly his willingness to waive his no-trade clause for certain destinations, has been a closely guarded secret. Until now. Enter Frank Cipriozza, the renowned NHL insider, who dropped a bombshell report that has sent shockwaves through the league. According to Cipriozza, Kadri's no-trade list, that sacred document dictating where he won't go, does not include the Vancouver Canucks. Let that sink in. The very team that has been most aggressively linked to him, the team with the most pressing need for his services, is not on his list of undesirable destinations. This revelation is monumental. It's a game changer. It means the path to bringing Kadri to British Columbia is far clearer, far less obstructed by player preference than previously imagined. But the plot thickens further. Cipriozza's report also revealed that Kadri's no-trade list does include the Montreal Canadiens. This is a fascinating twist, as the Canadiens, a storied franchise with a passionate fan base, have also been rumored as a potential landing spot for Kadri. The fact that he's seemingly unwilling to go to Montreal, but open to Vancouver, speaks volumes about his priorities, his assessment of potential fits, and perhaps even his desire to remain in the Western Conference. It narrows the field of potential suitors for the Flames, giving the Canucks a significant advantage in any potential negotiation. This isn't just about a player's preference. It's about the strategic implications for two Canadian teams, two division rivals, and the broader NHL trade market. The Canucks' desperate need and Kadri's potential fit cannot be ignored. This isn't just about a team looking for a player. It's about a player who could genuinely transform a team. The Canucks have a natural, gaping opening at center. Their top-line pivot, Elias Pettersson, a player of immense talent and potential, has, by his own high standards, not quite lived up to expectations this season. The pressure on him has been immense, perhaps too immense, as he's been forced to carry an outsized burden in the absence of other reliable options. Compounding this issue, their second-line center, Philip Chytil, has been sidelined by injury, further exacerbating the team's struggles down the middle. This is where Kadri, the battle-tested veteran, slides in like a perfectly executed power play goal. He could immediately slot into the Canucks' top line, providing a much-needed jolt of offensive prowess, defensive responsibility, and veteran leadership. Such a move would have a cascading positive effect throughout the lineup. It would give head coach Adam Foote the invaluable leeway to drop Pettersson to the second line, a move that could be a masterstroke, relieving Pettersson of the immense pressure of being the sole top-line center, allowing him to face slightly less formidable opposition, could unlock his offensive game, and allow him to rediscover the electrifying form that has made him one of the league's brightest young stars. It's a strategic chess move that could revitalize not just one player, but the entire offensive attack, creating a more balanced, more dangerous, and more resilient lineup. Kadri's presence would not only fill a void, but elevate the performance of those around him. A true force multiplier in a time of urgent need. Adding another layer of intrigue to Ciprioza's report was the revelation that the Carolina Hurricanes are on Kadri's no-trade list. This is significant because the Hurricanes have been desperately trying to lure a big-name forward to their club for what feels like an eternity. Last season, they famously attempted to land Mitch Marner after being forced to trade away Michael Granlund, a move that ultimately fell through. This season, their hunger for a major upgrade up front remains undiminished. However, Kadri, for reasons known only to him, doesn't seem motivated to join the Hurricanes' ranks. This situation, while a blow to Carolina's aspirations, inadvertently makes a potential deal with the Canucks or Canadiens much easier for the Flames. It narrows the field of viable contenders, increasing the leverage of the teams Kadri is willing to go to and potentially simplifying the negotiation process for Calgary's general manager. It's a stark reminder that player preference, even with a no-trade clause, can dramatically reshape the entire trade market. Of course, the biggest question mark looming over any potential Kadri trade remains the asking price. The Calgary Flames, despite their own struggles, are not in the business of giving away valuable assets for pennies on the dollar. One would have to imagine that their asking price for a player of Kadri's caliber, a proven top-six center, a Stanley Cup winner, and a player who brings an undeniable edge, has to be exceptionally high. They'll be looking for a significant return, likely a combination of promising young players, high draft picks, or perhaps even a roster player who can immediately contribute. However, the dynamics of the trade market are fluid and unpredictable. A sudden influx of other top-six forwards hitting the market, such as St. Louis Blues captain Braden Shen, could significantly alter the landscape. If multiple high-quality centers become available, it could create a buyer's market, potentially bringing down the price tag on Kadri. This delicate balance of supply and demand, coupled with the urgency of the Canucks situation, will dictate the final cost of acquiring Kadri. It's a high-stakes poker game, and the Canucks general manager will need to play his cards perfectly. So, as the dust settles on this latest revelation, the hockey world holds its breath. The mystery of Nazem Kadri's no-trade list has been partially unveiled, and the Vancouver Canucks have emerged as a legitimate and perhaps even preferred destination. This isn't just about a trade. It's about a potential turning point for a franchise grappling with adversity, a chance to inject veteran leadership, offensive firepower, and defensive tenacity into a lineup that desperately needs it. Kadri's journey from his fiery days in Toronto to his Stanley Cup glory in Colorado and his current stint in Calgary has been one of relentless competition and undeniable impact. Now, with the path to Vancouver seemingly clear, the stage is set for a dramatic chapter in the Canucks season. Whether the Flames and Canucks can bridge the gap on an asking price, and whether other market forces will play a role, remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: The conversation around Nazem Kadri and the Vancouver Canucks has just become infinitely more exciting, and the possibility of a seismic shift in the Pacific Division has never felt more real. What do you make of this stunning revelation about Nazem Kadri's no-trade list? And do you believe the Vancouver Canucks can seal the deal to bring him to British Columbia? We want to hear your predictions, your trade proposals, and your thoughts on how Kadri could impact the Canucks season. Drop your comments below and let the debate begin. And if you're as captivated by the drama and intrigue of the NHL trade market as we are, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis that keeps you ahead of the game. Do you think the Calgary Flames would be willing to trade Nazem Kadri to a division rival like the Canucks, even if the price is right? Let us know.